Hey everyone, welcome back to Spill Real Tea, your go-to spot for all things Hollywood, movies, drama, and the real stories behind the headlines. Today, we're diving into a real-life fairy tale turned nightmare. We're talking about Disney's Snow White, the massive $270 million live-action remake that was supposed to be a box office smash. But instead, it blew up in Disney's face, and at the center of the chaos, Rachel Zegler. So, grab your popcorn because this one's got everything. Viral posts, political backlash, co-star tensions, and a film that couldn't survive the storm. Let's rewind to August 12th, 2024. Disney's biggest fan event of the year, D23. Rachel Zegler walks out on stage to introduce the very first trailer of Snow White. Fans go wild. The teaser is polished, magical, and dramatic. Everything you'd expect from Disney. Within just 24 hours, the trailer racks up 120 million views. An absolute monster hit. Zegler takes to X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, to thank fans for the support. So far, so good. But then just a minute later, she posts again in the same thread. And this time, she writes just one line. And always remember, free Palestine. That one sentence changed everything. The post itself pulled in over 8.8 million views, nearly 4 times more than the trailer post. In seconds, the conversation online shifted from excitement about the movie to heated political debate. Back inside Disney, executives were stunned. This wasn't part of the plan. For them, it wasn't about silencing political voices. It was about controlling the narrative around a tentpole movie with a $270 million budget. This was Disney's chance to reboot one of the most iconic fairy tales in their vault. They wanted buzz, not backlash. A Disney executive raised concerns directly with Zegler's team. The film's producer, Mark Platt, even flew out to New York to speak with her in person. But Zegler didn't back down. She left the post up. That's when things escalated even further. Gal Gadot, who plays the evil queen in Snow White and who is Israeli, started receiving death threats. Disney responded by paying for extra security for Gadot and her family. An insider said Zegler didn't realize how her words would impact the film, her co-stars, and everyone involved in the project. But this wasn't a one-time incident. Just 3 months later, after the US presidential election, Zegler posted again. This time, it was "Fuss Donald Trump and made Trump supporters never know peace." Now, whether you agree with her or not, that post was a big deal for a company like Disney, which, let's be honest, depends on broad appeal to sell family-friendly movies around the world. At this point, Disney had had enough. They brought in a social media consultant, a so-called guru, to help Zegler vet any future posts. Every caption, every reply, every political opinion was to go through an approval process before anything hit the internet. This wasn't just about avoiding PR drama. This was about protecting a brand, a legacy, and a very expensive film. But by then, the damage was done. When Snow White finally hit theaters on March 21st, the numbers were brutal. $87 million worldwide on opening weekend. That may sound decent, but when you realize the budget was $270 million, that's a major flop. To give you some perspective, Joker, Folie à Deux, made over $120 million its first weekend. And that film cost significantly less to make. Even industry insiders from competing studios were shocked. One executive said, "This should have been a $1 billion movie." And they're not wrong. A live-action Snow White from Disney? It should have been a box office no-brainer. But the public perception of the film had already been tainted for months, even years. Let's not forget, this wasn't Zegler's first time stirring controversy. Back in 2022, when West Side Story was nominated for Best Picture, Zegler went public with complaints that she wasn't invited to the Oscars, despite being the lead actress. She posted about it. The internet went wild, and the Academy scrambled to give her a ticket last minute. At that time, she was already filming Snow White in London, and Disney's then studio head, Sean Bailey, didn't allow her to leave set. But when she shared her frustration publicly, the narrative became Rachel's being mistreated. Then came her comments at D23, the same event where the trailer launched. Zegler criticized the original 1937 Snow White, saying the prince literally stalks the heroine and calling the original outdated. Fans weren't happy. According to some industry insiders, that's when Disney lost control of the story. They could have stepped in early, clarified, or redirected the messaging. Instead, the silence from the studio allowed criticism to grow louder, especially from Disney purists who didn't appreciate the new direction or Zegler's outspoken opinions. And then there's Gal Gadot. While Zegler made headlines for her bold statements, Godot kept things measured. She posted support for hostages taken during the October 7th Hamas attack, but never blended those messages with her promotion of the movie. Despite rumors, there wasn't actually bad blood between the two actresses. People on set say they got along well, but when it came time to promote the movie, Disney started keeping them apart. Different press events, no red carpet interviews, and even sitting them far apart at the premiere. By then it was clear Disney had lost hope that Snow White could recover from all the bad press. And here's the real lesson. In today's Hollywood, social media can build your career, or it can completely derail a $270 million film. Studios like Disney are now facing a big challenge. How do you support your talent's freedom of expression while still protecting a brand that spans generations and billions of dollars? In the case of Snow White, it looks like no one had the right answer. What do you think? Was Disney too controlling? Did Zegler go too far? Or is this just what happens when entertainment, activism, and massive budgets collide? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear your take. And if you love behind-the-scenes Hollywood drama, movie industry deep dives, and celebrity stories that spill the real tea, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Thanks for watching Spill Real Tea. See you next time for more truth behind the glitz and glam.